Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to understand about bacteria in a simple and clear way. So simplest form of life on earth are single-celled prokaryotic organisms such as bacteria. So bacteria are everywhere. So they are in air, they are in water, and they are inside you. So even if you take a handful of dirt, there are more bacteria in there than all the humans ever lived. And we did not even know until 19th century. So once the microscopy came about, the world of prokaryotes revealed itself. As we examined these organisms, they were much smaller, simpler than animal cells. So in terms of structure, animal cells have a plasma membrane, whereas bacterial cells have a plasma membrane and as well as cell wall, which is typically made up of peptidoglycan. So this is a polymer of sugars cross-linked by short polypeptides, and this material encloses and protects the bacterium. So the bacterial cell wall have differences, and that can be differentiated with a technique called Gram staining. So this is where the bacterial sample is stained with various dyes and then rinsed with alcohol, and the color which remains tells us about the structure of the cell wall. So gram-positive bacteria have a cell wall with more of peptidoglycan, and therefore they retain the violet color, and they are easy to identify under a microscope. Whereas gram-negative bacteria cell wall have less of peptidoglycan, and they have an outer membrane made full of lipopolysaccharide. Therefore, they do not retain violet color, and they observe as pink or red color under a microscope. So these structures maintain the cell shape and determine what comes in or out of the cell. And cell wall, it is the main target for certain antibiotics called beta-lactams, and they are used to kill certain kinds of pathogens. So these substances inhibit the peptidoglycan cross-linking, which kills the bacterial cell wall. So beta-lactams kills the bacterial cells rather than harming the human cells because they do not have peptidoglycan. So other types of antibiotics target other structures by inhibiting their translation or metabolism in a bacterial cell. Many bacteria have protruding appendages such as fibriae, which are likely large sticky hairs that help them to fasten to some substrate. So as well as villi, which are larger appendages that facilitate the transfer of DNA from one bacterium to another. Some bacteria have flagella, which are like tails that spin around to help the cell move. So when the bacteria move, this is called as taxis, and when this movement is done in response to a chemical signal, it is called as chemotaxis. Chemotaxis can be positive towards some kind of nutrient, or it can be negative away something from dangerous or toxic. So the result appears as though the bacterium is moving in such kind of awareness, but in reality, it's just a series of chemical reactions that results in the rotation of the flagellum. The motor interacts with the proton gradient such that it and the hook turn and the attached filament rotates in such a way that it propels the cells in a particular direction. Bacteria comes in all kinds of shapes, and the most common ones, which are spherical ones, called cocci. So one of these is a coccus, two are called diplococci, a chain of them is called streptococci, and a bunch of them is called staphylococci. Rod-shaped bacteria are called bacilli, and spiral-shaped bacteria are called spirilla or spirochetes. So regardless of the shape, they all house a certain amount of DNA in the nucleoid, an amount that is typically much less than a eukaryotic cell. In addition, the chromosomes are usually circular than a linear. So beyond the singular bacterial chromosome, there are sometimes smaller circular DNA molecules called plasmids. So these plasmids carry just a few genes, and they are replicated independently of the chromosome. So there are also methods in which bacteria can exchange its genetic material from one to another. So for example, in transformation, a cell can take its DNA from its environment, and then it can be incorporated into a genome. So during transduction, genes can be carried by a virus from one cell to another and then can be inserted into a chromosome. So in conjugation, plasmids can be transmitted through pili directly from one bacterium to another. So there are a number of techniques at a bacterium disposal in terms of exchanging genetic material. So the bacteria reproduce through binary fission, which is sort like mitosis in eukaryotic cell. So therefore it results in two identical daughters which carries all the genetic information. However, the process is much simpler than we think. So the replication begins at a particular point on a chromosome, which is called as origin of replication. So when this takes place, the cell elongates. So once there are two copies of chromosome, the cell pinches closed in the middle and resulting in two daughter cells. So then these two become 4, then 8, and it keeps increasing. With each division usually takes just a couple of hours. If there were no factors limiting to this process, that numbers would grow to staggering levels. But there are indeed limits to any bacterial population, as every organism needs a certain amount of nutrients. So now we know that from biochemistry that error occurs during DNA replication, and this is one of the cause for genetic diversification. So given that the possibility of a mutation occurring in a particular gene is around 1 in 10 million, and the billions of new bacterial cells can be generated each day. So now several thousand bacteria in such a culture will have a mutation in a particular gene. So now this will impact the products of gene expression, so which may increase or hinder the cell's ability to survive. Now coming, we will see later how this simple fact accounts for the incredible diversity of life on Earth. So that was a basic understanding of bacteria, the simplest yet one of the most important forms of life on Earth. So tell me which type of bacteria interests you the most. If you liked my video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in my next video.